Guys, welcome to Around the Hearth, episode 10.
10.
This is a Hearthstone podcast thrown together by a bunch of guys who met on Reddit. I am Evil Squirrel. With me is the one and only ZT Dubs. And, of course, with me is our favorite Brit, the one, the only, Rip Hobson. So say hi, guys.
All right,
Howdy.
It's a good episode, number 10.
Yeah, it's
Number
a big
10.
one. Yeah, we've actually made it this long. We for the people who've been listening who don't really know, we Dubs just posted on Reddit and said, "Hey, I want to make a podcast. Does anyone want to make a podcast with me?" And Francis and I both answered the call, and here we are, 10 shows deep into a pretty decent podcast, I would say. So we're glad that we're here, and we hope you're having fun.
It was like internet dating, but much, much lamer.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for not catfishing me, guys. I appreciate it.
This is a mask.
This is the true definition of nerd love and romance, brought to you by Around the Heart. So let's get this show started. This week, as we always do, we all talk about our weeks at Hearthstone when we kick it off. So, Bobson, let's hear what you've been doing this week.
Well, I've got stuck in the kind of almost legend pit, as it were. I'm currently I've just been kind of yo-yoing between rank 2 and rank 4, and I keep getting frustrated and switching decks, and then I keep losing because of that.
Yeah, that's what happens. Switch decks and start losing.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I hate Mage. I hate Mages so much, so I've started playing Mage, but I've mostly been playing kind of a Spirit Echo Shaman, which I'll be talking about later.
What a coincidence.
What happened to the Evil Squirrel's hyper-aggressive aggro paladin?
That deck, I lose every time I play it.
I once I hit Legend with Attack, I stopped playing it. It's pretty much what happens.
Gotcha.
I played so much of it last season. I was like, okay, I'm really fucking done with Murlocs now.
I don't blame you.
There was just so much of it. And today I was playing Mage, and I lost in exactly the same way that I always did when I was playing the Paladin. Get them down to 1 health, eye for an eye. Fuck.
That's actually what I was.
You posted your final boss. How you beat your final boss season.
Yep. That's how it happened, and that's what happened to me today.
Karma.
It goes around. It comes around. I just want mages to stop existing. Because they're not a good matchup for this Shaman or anything else I seem to play. I just always seem to lose against Mage.
I've played exclusively Mage this week, and I gotta say, at least 4 or 5 of the past 2-3 days have been Paladin, and every single time, eye for an eye kills me. I have a 0% win rate against Paladins right now, and it's because of damn fucking eye for an eye every time. And I'm just like, yep, all right. It's very frustrating.
It's great though how cards that were written off.
Yeah.
Terrible cards.
I should rephrase that. It's not necessarily eye for eye that's killing me. It's Hydrologist. That card is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a funny video that I watched this week. It was just which they do every expansion, which is like the predictions of the streamers. Who got it wrong.
Yeah.
I saw that video.
It was pretty funny, and they all gave Lakari Sacrifice 5 stars. But no, it's just great to see eye for an eye coming back to be like a meta breaker.
Yeah.
Meta breaker.
So
a mild irritation more than anything else.
My week's good. I hit Dad Legend today, so cheers for Dad Legend.
Congratulations.
I'm almost positive I'm not going to make the push because I did make the finals of my league tournament So I'm going to be practicing for the rest of this week.
Yeah, good
Uh,
luck.
So
Represent.
how did your practice match go?
my first practice match went well, except my druid. I think it's time to take the water package out.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Me and Squirrel had a little practice match, and
You didn't take it easy on, did you?
I beat his aggro druid 3 times in a best of 5. His other 2 decks beat me, but the druid just lost every time.
Druid just failed. So the interesting thing that I found out about this tournament, which is Saturday, is that they actually are going to do it best of 7, I guess, where you have 5 decks, 5 decks band 1.
So what are you bringing?
So definitely bringing my hyper aggressive paladin. I'm definitely bringing taunt warrior. I've been bringing freeze mage, and I think I'm gonna keep it because I play
freeze
freeze.
Good. It's a good tournament deck.
I play it better than control mage, and no one expects freeze mage. So
yeah,
and it's just so good against all the aggro. So that I might switch my druid to Jade Druid because we all know I love Jade Druid and I'm good with Jade Druid.
Show off your full golden deck in the finals.
Yeah, so
it's on stream, right?
have you played much of the new Jade Druid?
I play a bit. It's not too different. It's definitely some variant, yeah. So that's why I need to practice this week. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna switch Druid to Jade Druid.
If it's on stream, we're gonna have to, stream it. We'll have to share it so everyone can watch.
And the fifth deck, I'm still a little unsure of. I'm possibly thinking mid-range hunter.
Quest Warlock.
Do it, please.
Please do it.
You want to say it's a good card? Prove it.
Bring your golden quest.
No one would know how to play against it.
Like,
no one would know. So we'll see. Maybe I'll bring Quest Warlock. You'll just have to watch to find out.
Yeah, tune in.
But the first round, only one game is being streamed. I'm not the game that's being streamed in the first round, but every game past the first round is going to be streamed. It's at twitch.com/SirTurtleGaming. We'll put the link in the show notes. So if you want to cheer me on, that's where I'll be. First prize is $500.
Oh, wow.
So I just need to win three matches to win $500. Second place is $300. Third and fourth is $100.
How many people are in the finals? Is it 8? Top 8? Top 8. Win one match, you got some money.
Yeah, one match and I'm guaranteed money. It was a $50 entry to get in there. So, but regardless, even top 8, we get a medal, and
you just get your money back.
We get $25 off the next season of
That's
the
not
league.
bad.
So yeah, so regardless, I did okay, but of course I'd like to win the first prize. But there's a lot of really guys. Everyone that made the top 8 is fantastic.
Hey,
so
you just got to you made top 8 too, so you're with those guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was my week. So I'm just gonna be practicing this week, and that's really it. I'm just looking forward to trying to win this tournament.
Money.
Yeah.
Win money.
So enough about me. Let's talk about the news.
Yeah, so we got minor patch that's coming in. I believe it's already. I haven't had a chance to log on.
Yeah.
It's just some minor bug fixes. Just some silly stuff going on with deck imports. Prince Malkazar's entrance is fixed. And the exploit, I don't know. What about an exploit?
So there was the exploit that caused the crashing, which Disguised Toast had discovered, where basically you put power word. Which power word was it?
Is it the one that you can
was it
skip their
DDoS
turns?
Priest?
So you can skip their turn.
DDoS Priest. Or was it when you use Shadow Visions and it's the only?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You skip their turn.
You did Shadow Visions, and then something. It bugged out. So.
Yeah, you could make it like the animation go on so long that the.
Oh no, there was that one, but then there was another one where if you put like power word glory, I think on a minion, and then you used the thing to copy it and make a 1/1 copy of it. It bugged out and it froze the game and it locked it up. And then your opponent quit and you came back and you win. It was free wins.
That's
this guy's toast was banned for 24 hours for streaming the exploit. And
how does he find this shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
but,
probably bored. He's like, "How can I break the game today?"
Yeah, it was totally broken. Where you'd play this and it would disconnect your opponent, and basically like when you logged in, it said you won the game. It was just really totally broken. It was free wins. So
Sick.
So they fixed that.
Well, no more of that,
Yeah.
sadly.
But I guess that's what you need as a priest. So.
Yeah.
Priest. Priest. I have also been playing a lot of Priest.
Yeah.
There's a really cool deck list from Mr. Yagud, which is super fun.
Yeah. So also, that wild tournament that they were all talking about before, it's kind of coming down. We have top
the qualifiers.
Yeah, qualifiers,
Top
2 from
64.
each. So I just like to point out I have beaten both members of the American representative, the NA representatives. So maybe I should be in that tournament, but
With Pirates.
it wasn't Pirates.
Oh yeah, was it Reno Lock?
Yeah, Reno Lock and Reno Mage were that's when I was fighting for top 1. Yeah, Control always has rank 1 legend, always. So like we played like back and forth like a million times, trading.
So who won more, you or him?
I'd probably say him because we had a lot of Reno Lock matches, and he's like really good with Reno Lock, and I was being really experimental with my lists. But anytime I played Reno Mage, it was pretty one-sided for me at least. But yeah, Control.
But if he was playing Reno
these guys are great. So we got some really good representatives especially for Wild. So I feel like NA is going to take the Wild tournament. That's just me, but
no bias whatsoever.
Yeah.
Well,
it's nice to see that they're having this open. I mean, I hope that they continue it, and I hope that it's not just like a once a year kind of thing. Like I hope like every quarter, once per expansion or something, they at least have one so that they can keep it fresh and keep it going.
Eventually, they'll have a Wild segment at BlizzCon.
That'd be cool.
I hope so. Nothing.
It's taken a while, but that would be super cool.
The more stuff that they do for the game, the better. I'd never see that as a negative. So
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean we've been getting a lot of hype for Wild as well, so I really think that they're seeing the fans, they're liking it. Because at first everyone's like, "Oh, it's just Nax, who cares?"
But while we're on the subject of NA bias, I believe we can go on to what's happened in the global games since the last show, and the US lost.
Yeah. Happens sometimes.
Yeah,
it's hard carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, I mean you'd already won the group, so it didn't really matter. But it gives me some solace. So tomorrow is the most important match in the Group B, which is the US's group. The UK and Peru are fighting for 5th place.
Wow. That's 5th out of all the countries, so can't complain.
5th out of 6.
No, I mean, what I get at is, out of all the countries participating, that's still pretty good.
Yeah. I watched a great match today. It was Israel versus Italy.
Yeah, I watched that one as well.
Yeah, Italy was 4-0, and Israel was 3-1. And the only way that Israel could take the bracket
3-0
was if they 3-0'd Italy, and they did it. So they pulled the upset and they won the bracket. So so congrats to Israel, my peeps.
Did you the Jade Druid versus Torn Warrior match was like the most one-sided mirror?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
When is it ever not a one-sided matchup? Let's be honest.
It's always one-sided, though.
But this one was just ridiculous. It was like Coin Wild Growth, Jade Blossom, Jade Spirit, Jade Idol. They had like 5/5 golems by like turn 4.
Yeah,
something.
no, he drew the nuts. The coin wild growth. Like the only time when you're playing against a Jade Druid, if they coin wild growth, you know they have the blossom coming. That's the only
And then
time.
you're just like by the time that they got Sulfuras out, the golems were already past 8/8s.
Yeah, it was. Once you cross that threshold, it's over.
It's the worst feeling when you shoot something for 8 damage and it's still staring you right in the face.
The moment just before Italy conceded was they actually hit Aya, so an 11-11 came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good match for Israel, and it was very cool. The Global Games has been really fun, a really good tournament.
Yeah.
There was also quite a big surprise today. Russia got eliminated from the tournament.
New Zealand.
Yeah. New Zealand beat them 3-0 today, which is the only result which would have eliminated Russia. If it had been 3-1, Russia would go through.
That's what they get for listening to our podcast. We helped them out. They 3
Yes.
But it's because Russia are not listening to our podcast.
That's right.
That is right. Go New Zealand. Thank
right.
you
Represent.
for listening to the podcast. We like Flight of the Conchords and Hearthstone.
And Lord of the Rings.
And Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And
Come on.
sheep.
They got that shit down.
Yeah.
I believe that tomorrow is the final day of the first phase of the Global Games, and I believe that there is actually every group, all 3 spots are settled except one, where China and Indonesia are playing each other to finish 3rd in their group. So that one should be interesting. I was quite like seeing China play because they always do things slightly differently.
Yeah, they always have the weird decks. They're fun, but weird. Like you're like, wait, what? I remember Teak Master Overspark. They were playing that like a lot, and it was a big upset. It's like everyone's like, wait, what?
Yeah, when they
wasn't that at the Worlds?
That was at BlizzCon. The guy who brought Tink Master in Control Warrior, just as like an anti-Sylvanas thing.
It worked.
What?
Yeah,
like everyone always says that the Chinese meta is kind of drastically different to everyone.
It's weird too, because if you try their decks out in the NA or EU, you get stomped because everyone's like, no one was playing their decks.
Yeah, but then we've got to watch them tomorrow then. See how they do it. But we have, I think, I don't actually know when the draw for the next round is going to be, but the US got their top seed in their group, so you're probably going to have one of the easier times.
Yeah, we always get first place. It's fine.
You can't be matched up with New Zealand now, which makes me sad. I want to see New Zealand versus US.
Hey, we'll make it to the finals.
That would be a glorious final. I'll be supporting New Zealand all the way.
That's okay. I understand.
And recently there was some comments by Ben Brode about what could be the possible next cards to go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I feel like
see what they were like. They're 2 of the more obvious ones.
Yeah, Auctioneer and Alex Straza, the 2 that barely missed the cut last time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I
think Alex Straza maybe less so. I think the reason Alex Straza wasn't was I don't know if Blizzard really expected the whole mage thing to still be.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we don't need to get rid of Alex Straza because
we're getting rid of Ice Lance.
Yeah, Freeze Mage is dead.
There's not going to be any more mage.
And then they were like, everyone's like, oh, actually, thanks for making Freeze Mage better. No, it's
or just Discover Mage. Done.
Yeah. It's still got the same exact finisher.
Alex Traza, Pyroglass, dead.
I wouldn't mind seeing those two rotate next year.
I wouldn't mind. I'm always down for change.
Yeah, Gadgetzan Auctioneer is a really frustrating card. Oh, that was one of the massive points in the Israel-Italy game. They managed to get the Auctioneer down behind a Primordial Drake, so the Taunt Warrior just couldn't actually kill it.
Yeah.
So next turn they had a full turn to just. I think they drew like 8 cards.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
It was just like the game is so over, but at that point, just done. I would particularly quite like to see Auctioneer go. It's just such an irritating card.
I mean, I play Wild probably more than I played Standard. It's like none of these changes even really affect me. But I guess it's cool to see the new types of decks that come about, because a lot of these cards, like, I mean, I feel like Conceal was the big thing for Auctioneer. But it's still a great card. I just feel like it was a lot more uninteractive with Conceal, but now with I mean, still, if you can have enough mana, just go off with it.
Just go mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, that would be the thing which actually kills Miracle Rogue as Standard for sure.
I don't know if I like a world with just Quest Rogue.
Ugh. It's so annoying.
So there's one other piece of news that we forgot to mention, and that is the rumors going around about the next expansion.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I forgot about this.
The rumors are saying that the next expansion might be the Return of the Lich King.
Oh, I'm so excited if they do that.
Which the Wrath of the Lich King was definitely one of the best World of Warcraft expansions.
Oh yeah.
One of the most beloved by all of the people that played it. There's so much awesome content that came from there, and so many awesome characters and things. So that would be exciting.
I just hope that they do it like Arthas turns your character into a Death Knight or something. I think that'd be sick.
Yeah, definitely. There's big stuff that could come with that. But the rumors really circle around the domain name being registered at the same date as the others.
You gotta think too. Every time there's been a leak and people dig into it, it's always come true.
Yeah.
So
we just got to wait for the inevitable voice actor leak, which happens every single expansion.
Someone's like, I played Arthas. Oh.
So someone
some petty girl too last time that did like Dinosaur X, you know.
Yeah, it was like the most subtle thing, and everyone's like, oh, new expansion confirmed.
Ungoro confirmed.
So anyway, that's exciting. I hope that it is, and there's lots of cool. I could definitely see a new mechanic.
I think this is going to be like a death rattle, another death rattle thing, because that's the kind of vibe I get from the Lich King.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's like
the Scourge.
It'd be cool to see like some sort of undead keyword. Like if they died, they come back as like something else. They create a token of themselves with a different effect or something like that.
That'd be pretty cool. And so, do you think we'll have, like, we had Elise return in this expansion? Like, do you think any characters would return in this? Maybe we'll have like Bolvar too.
We might see Justicar Trueheart because there is a grand tournament in Ice Crown area.
Yeah, like all the grand tournament stuffs. Like,
these don't bring back Justicar Trueheart. Warriors don't need 4 armor every fucking turn. Yeah. Really, they don't.
I miss Control Warriors so
you know what? If you want to give him 4 armor every turn, then make Jade even stronger.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be something maybe like maybe change your hero power to something else. I don't know. Maybe not 4 armor. Yeah.
So Finley.
I don't know.
I just want Tank Up to come back, and I just want Control Warrior to come back, and that's all I want. That's all I want from Hearthstone. To just get to 80 armor.
It's always fun.
Turn my deck into legendaries.
All right, so let's move on now to the meta, which is
It's the same.
insane.
Exactly. Actually,
Same
I mean,
This is the
fucking
first
shit.
in over 2 months, 2.5 months, that there hasn't been any real
well,
change.
I mean,
Even
Wild has
last
changed a
we
little
had the
bit.
introduction of the
Yeah.
token shaman. I mean, sure, there's Spirit Echo Shaman making a little bit of a blur, but it was around a little bit before. But really, we're at the first true solid week where nothing really has changed, and it feels like it might stay this way now for the next month and a half.
Yeah, I think that's it for innovation.
No, I don't know.
Like
Wild's
it,
blooming though. I think.
I have not played like any Wild this season.
Yeah.
What's happening in there?
I mean, it's just
They're good.
a lot of decks are being refined. And before Wild was kind of just like Reno Lock, Pirate Warrior type thing. But I feel like there's been a lot of aggro decks coming up, like aggro Shaman. Inner Fire Priest actually started in Wild and transitioned over to Standard. We got Wild Taunt Warrior, N'Zoth, a bunch of N'Zoth decks.
See, but that I still have to say, and I still agree that I stand by this. That this is the nice thing about where we're at in the meta, is that while we, for the most part, it's been solved in Standard, and while it's still fluctuating a little bit, there's just so many options right now to play a good, solid tier 1 or tier 2 deck. Like, there's a whole bunch of decks I haven't even tried yet. So it's just, I feel like there's enough to have fun for the next little while, because there's still so much to try. I still have yet to play one game of Quest Room. I have never played Quest Room.
I've got a Quest Road deck on my NA account, but I kind of don't want to touch it. I hate playing Quest Road.
Yeah.
It's
But that's the thing too. If you're playing Standard, switch to Wild. Play Wild for a month. If you're a Wild player, switch to Standard for a month. And there's still a lot to do, regardless of the meta kind of slowing down.
I'll probably hit Legend and then just play Wild. Like, generally, once I get to Legend, I'm like, okay, I'm done now. I can stop playing Standard.
Try and get Standard for both.
I could.
I almost did one time. That was a lot of work. That was very stressful.
I don't know if I can really be bothered to do that.
Yeah.
It seems like quite a lot of work. Quite a lot of work.
It's easy if you play on two different accounts at the same time. One Standard, one Wild. That's what I was doing.
I could do it, but maybe we'll see. If I get Legend in the next few days, it could happen.
Or you could
Otherwise, probably won't.
You could pull a Tice and hit Legend at the exact same time on 4 different servers.
Yeah, but Tice has a lot of time.
Yeah.
What's
Tice's job?
Hey, if he has so much time, maybe you should ask him to be on the show.
All right, so let's get off this tangent.
Yeah.
And Bobson, would you want to just go right into your Spirit Echo Shaman?
Yeah. So, this is. I seem to do a lot of Shaman decks. I think Shaman is just like my class.
It's a good
My
class
Spirit
to have.
class. I love Shaman. Like this. So this is kind of. It's not far off mid-range Jade Shaman, but obviously with their ridiculous fucking broken early game gone, then the deck's taken on a little bit of a different focus, much in the same way that Jade Druid did after the standard rotation. So now it's more of a kind of control deck almost. Like, this deck does not do anything in the early game at all. And yet, it's a really, really good anti-aggro deck. Purely because the main aggro decks at the moment are Paladin and Shaman and Druid. And all of these classes rely a lot on individual synergies between things on the board. So like Druid has their buffs, Shaman has like things like Flame Tongue Totem, and Paladin just uses Murlocs. And Shaman has the single best answer to all of these things, Devolve.
Yeah, that card is nuts.
I love Devolve.
It's ironic that the art has Murlocs on it.
Yeah, it ruins Murlocs. Like maybe that's the start of the Devolve stage, and what they actually need to show is Wisps. Like particularly against Aggro Druid, turn 4, Devolve Maelstrom Portal is game over. Because it just completely wipes out their board of like 4/4 and 3/4 shit.
Yeah, no, that's nasty. I hate playing against Shaman because I know the Devolve is coming, and I'm gonna get a
the
lot
Devolve
of.
is always
It's so
coming.
stressful. You're like, I gotta kill him quick. Oh shit, there's Devolve. Okay, I lose.
And that is game over. But also so it's also a Jade deck, so it functions very much in that kind of way. So it runs all of the Jade cards, including Jade Spirit. It runs 2 Mana Tides for draw. It in the early game, you're just going to be toteming a lot. So obviously it runs 2 things from below. It runs all the healing available to Shamans in Standard, with Jinyu and the Heartspring Guardian, the new Elemental 2/4, which is also just a nice 2/4 taunt to not die against aggro.
Oh, that card.
It is a really, really good card. It runs double Maelstrom, double Hex, double Volcano, all the good Shaman things. A single Jade Chieftain, because that card is... and the thing is, and 2 Stonehill Defenders, because that card is nuts.
It's always nice to have multiple Wide Eyes.
Yeah.
Things.
The list I'm going on at the moment, the one I run has a slight alteration. It doesn't run White Eyes, instead it runs Blood Witch Thanos.
Okay.
Because Thanos in Shaman is really good.
Yeah.
Like with Maelstrom, with Lightning Storm, with everything, it's just so good. Like it's
your Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that one hasn't been. But I guess it's not actually seen pretty much any play in the current meta outside of like Mage. It's kind of fallen off a little bit as opposed to the other 2 cards.
Yeah.
But so the whole idea behind this deck is all the Jade cards, Stonehill Defender, Heartspring Guardian, Jinyu, everything in Jade is a battle cry. And so you can play all this stuff, then you play Spirit Echo on your massive board, then you get this huge hand refill for 3 mana. So, and then this will continue to ramp up your Jades. If you play Spirit Echo on like a couple of 0 mana thing from belows,
that's always
like your opponent has to go kill these 2 things from belows, and then you just play them straight away again.
That's good.
Quite good. And so like Spirit Echo is literally 2 cards in the whole deck, which just completely let the deck like beat control decks pretty much. Like you can get to kind of 10, 11, 12 Jades. Like this deck can get out of Taunt Warrior range, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it sounds really fun. I'm actually going to try that. Maybe that will be my 5th deck.
Yeah, this was one of the ones which I beat Squirrel's Aggro Druid with. I did have like a really nasty top deck Devolve.
Yeah.
And when I was actually going to lose the 3rd game consecutively. But this game was the start of the comeback. This deck, I would recommend playing it. But in terms of kind of good matchups, bad matchups, this is like playing this deck. You just want to queue into aggro all the time. Like,
Well, welcome
aggro-
to the ladder. You're pretty much going to queue into aggro or a mage.
Yep.
yeah, see, mage is the issue.
The Tekken and Eater are secrets.
That's it.
The issue isn't so much that, it's more just this deck kind of I'm trying to figure out the best way of approaching the mage match. I'm fairly sure the most appropriate thing to do is make sure you have as much healing as possible on the board with Spirit Echo already played before they play Alexstrasza.
Yeah.
Because it seems to like fall just short of having enough healing. Mage can quite easily just burn you in the face enough down, and because it lacks the kind of early game pressure, it just kind of you almost get there every time, but not quite. However, if Stonehold Defender gives you a dirty rat, then you generally win.
That's such a good card.
Yeah, but it against aggro druid, aggro paladin, token shaman, like if you queue into them, you're just like yes. Jade druid is a kind of a mixed bag of a matchup. It just kind of it comes down to who has the first stupid turn. Like either they have their obscene gadgets and first and they win, or you have a ridiculous Spirit Echo turn first and you win. But Jade Druid is also kind of I think it's like you're probably going to lose like 65% of those ones.
Yeah.
But I think this deck has like a 70% win rate against most aggro.
That's pretty good.
Got me up to rank 2. Then I played it again. Last night I played against the same Jade Druid 3 times in a row.
Did you win?
No, I lost all 3 of them.
Good. Now you know what it feels like.
That made me sad. He had in the ask after to be like, "What the fuck is this matchmaking?" I was just like, "Please stop queuing into me. I want to queue into some aggro."
That's all I want. Adam's a friend to be like, "Hey, can you play an aggro deck next?"
Yeah, it's interesting. Pirate Warrior is probably the one exception because they rely more on weapons than minions. But if you draw well and get to the point where you can start getting all of your taunts out, of which there are a lot, then you're okay. But it's kind of a bit of a Pirate Warrior is more of a 50-50.
Yeah.
But
I feel like every matchup of Pirate Warrior is 50-50. If you can't get your taunts on time, you're just going to lose regardless. Their deck is nuts.
Just Pirate Warrior things.
Yeah.
I've really not seen that many Pirate Warriors in a long time. It seems to have everyone's moved on to the newer, more exciting aggro decks.
Yeah.
Like Pirate Warrior is so last season. It's like it's just let's play some Murlocs.
Hey, Murloc is the new hot thing.
Oh really? That was actually the first Murloc deck when the game was coming out.
I played some today, and I got there's the 4/2 Murloc that the next Murloc you play costs health instead of
The card is so good.
mana. So I played him into another one of him
bad.
into Finja, and that was on turn 3. I coined him. So
that's pretty painful.
That's nasty.
That's a pretty heavy tempo swing, but it is countenanced by the fact that you are playing Warlock Murloc. Today I played against I played against a Warlock, which was a shock in itself. I looked and it was like, Warlock, I don't really you just don't know what to expect.
You see Warlock and you're just like, okay, I win this one. What's happening next game?
You're like, is it Evil Squirrel? Am I playing him?
Go to Lucari Sacrifice. You're like, ugh.
I was like, if someone played Lucari Sacrifice, I'd be very happy. No, but he was playing some kind of weird handlock, which had Nerubian Prophet in. like I kind of got the idea. Like you get a big hand, it decreases in cost while it's in your hand, but also it's just not a very good card
Yeah.
outside of Evolve Shaman or Arena. But he came close to beating me with Duraxis and a lot of. But where he went a bit wrong was the fact that his hero power was making 6/6 guys, while my Jades were like 10.
We need to play. We need to have a challenge, and I need to bring the Lakari sacrifice deck out.
Bring it on.
I'll think of one for next week.
Ooh, what's the Lakari sacrifice challenge going to be?
Yeah, I'll have to think of one. But anyway, guys, we're running low on time, so let's wrap it up for today. I want to say thank you to my two awesome co-hosts, ZT Dubs and Bobson, for putting on our episode 10. This was a fun episode as always. We would love to have you guys write in. So please contact us at aroundthehearthpodcast@gmail.com. You can also get to us on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest,
Pinterest,
Grindr, Tinder. Whatever you swipe right on, we'll be there.
We'll swipe right back.
Yeah, we'll swipe right back, and we'll be there.
Spotify, Google,
iTunes, YouTunes, WeTunes.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, we're LinkedIn. We'll be your job reference.
Yeah.
But I always seriously too, iTunes reviews. We did not get any this week. It really makes a big difference for how much we can be visible and be seen by other people. So please just take a few minutes.
Tell us we're great.
Right,
Yeah.
and we'll do something special for the next person who does a review. Okay, so
you can actually we'll give you Evil Squirrel's $500 prize. Whoever does the next review.
You won't.
All right.
But I'll give you Dub's email address so that you can write to him all the time and be his best friend.
Yeah, do that. I need friends.
Yeah.
He does.
All right.
He's very sad.
All right, guys. Well, with that, we will see you all next week.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Peace
week.
out.